Are we are we live yet? That's the real question. Can people actually see me? There we go. I believe we're live. Look at that. So, I do apologize for all the technical challenges. We are just trying to make sense of all of this, and your patience is very much appreciated. So, in our last mission, we had some failures, which is all fair in game. But the plan is that I then recorded myself landing or flying around the moon, landing on the moon, flying around Minmus and landing on Minmus. In which case, I feel really bad because I probably shouldn't have done that. I feel that it was very hard to stream and also play KSP because I overshot things and I unfortunately killed a Kerbal, which we still should take another moment of silence for that little guy because he should have never died. So I do apologize. So I'm going to now land on the moon and land on Minmus again, just to kind of do that again because I feel like I shouldn't have done that in secret. It was not right. So let's go and get my rockets. So I built a couple of rockets, and you would have seen that I did some pretty crazy stuff. But we're going to go with this guy. No, that's not the guy I want to use. Where is he? No, none of these are right. No, all right. So I'm going to have to build it again. So we're going to go to the moon and to Minmus. Hopefully we have some success. So, you know what, I'm going to actually add I'm going to have a little bit less count. Got all my research stuff there and got some solar panels, got some wheels, some legs. Fantastic. So let's get some engines on this bad boy. So what can fit here? That can fit. Wonderful. Remember, you can just hit Alt and you can just duplicate things like that pretty easily, which is pretty great. So the best way to do this is asparagus staging, obviously. It's just so powerful. It kind of feels like cheating in some ways. So yeah, but anyway, let's just get cracking, shall we? I can actually use these guys. They're more pretty, I feel. Yeah, there we go. That's really nice. Okay. So let's see what we're dealing with. So our thrust to weight ratio is pretty big. Probably too big. So we can add more fuel, which is quite nice. So that's that. And then this guy can also be pulled back. So our thrust to weight ratio is like massive. I am going to add more rockets, or more fuel actually. Still a lot. I feel like I need to start making more changes when it comes to this. But anyway, we'll take it from there. This is a very, very long rocket, which I'm not very happy with. Let's get rid of... What do you think, guys? This just feels insane. What should I do? I think we'll just go for it. I feel like it's like a very long neck. That doesn't make me very comfortable. Let's just go for it anyway. Cool. I think that's fine. Hopefully you guys agree with me. So let's just go for it, I guess. Let's just check that everything's correct. Those are good, but that's not correct. That's not correct. So this needs to be pulled down here. Yeah, that's fine. So those will go all at the same time, then those will pop, and then that will pop. Yeah, those will pop, and then that'll pop with that, and that'll pop with that. Cool. And then research, which I technically actually don't need right now because it's unnecessary weight. That'll be my landing stage, and this will bring me back into Kerbal. Fantastic. Let's go. So we are going to try and get this to space. I have no assurity that this will work, but we have way too much thrust to weight ratio. I need to go back. That's where I made the mistake. Shoot. So I needed to do asparagus staging, and that was the problem. Fortunately, I can't revert because I'm on hard mode, so I have to go through a bit of a mission to do this. But I needed to add that. So I'm going to do asparagus staging. There we go. So what does that mean is that we are then able, you see, that's the problem. I'll take it. So as you see here, I'm trying to balance how much fuel I have with what I can and can't do. So this is going to be pushing me a good bit of the distance forwards, and then I am going to be able to do asparagus staging, which means I'm not going to be using my main rocket, which this should be able to get me well into orbit, as long as I have the correct stuff. Should probably put wings on, but you know, who actually needs wings anyway? Oh my goodness gracious me, that's way too powerful. Cool, so we're going to just turn over a bit and do a bit of a gravity turn. I have way too much power. Way too much power. Hopefully that's not a problem. I don't think it will be. As long as no one else has a problem with that, I think we should be okay. Feeling a little bit rusty, I don't know why. We'll have to see what happens. Okay. So we did a good gravity turn, and as you can see, the asparagus staging should mean that my center is still full, and all the ones on the end is being used up, which is exactly what I want. I need to pull up a little bit, unfortunately. A bit far. Pull up, pull up, pull up. Do not pop on me now. Do not pop on me. Oh, there is thrust. Oh, this is. I can't believe this. Feels like this is just like a failure on national team. Honestly, don't know what to do. Honestly, don't know what to do. Come on, can't you rectify? Can't you rectify this? Oh shit. This is not rectifiable. Do I just call it quits and just try and finish this with the rest of the go? Honestly, guys, I apologize. What do you guys think? What do you think I should do? Oh shit. See, I got my streaming settings wrong as well, so that's just embarrassing. Well, this is a complete failure, so I do completely apologize. I don't really know how I managed to do them. Okay, so should we even try? I think we have still got quite a lot of fuel left, so I'm going to still give it a try, okay? Even though I'm like in a completely wrong orientation, but we'll just go for it, why not? You know, it's never, failure's never too big, which gives me some hope. So just need to get closer to our node. There we go, we're good to go. Catch up to our upper abscess because that's where the burning does the most effect. There we are. So, as you can see, we are in orbit and we have, I'll just try and fly past the moon, why not? I don't think it's going to work, but anyway. Are we going to catch it? We are going to catch it. Look at that. Look at that. That is by some type of miracle, that is. Cool, so I'm just going to be fast forwarding to my node, which is in quite a bit of time. What is going on here? Oh, there we go. That's what's going on. Sorry, I don't know what's going on there. Okay, so we're just busy fast forwarding to our node, which will be coming up in a moment. This is just a complete fail. I feel like I need to owe you guys something for this horrendous piloting. I think I'm having to get used to talking and also navigating and all of this stuff at the same time, which is just a lot. So I do really apologize. But I promise you I will get better. Can only get better. It's already really bad, so. There we go. We are in. Oh, come on now. Saying I need to extend it. Do I not have an engineer? Oh, he's not a pilot, that's why. I see. That's the problem. So we should be able to fast forward here. Alrighty. Oh, shucks. Please work. Please work. Oh, there we go. Oh, there we go. And so we are now in, wouldn't say orbit around the moon, but we are around the moon. Don't think I have enough fuel to actually land. So, don't really know what I'm going to do here, but I can try and see what happens. No, so that wasn't enough. Let's see what happens. What do you think? I definitely can't land, but I can definitely get into an orbit around the moon. Maybe I can do a nice flyby just to show you guys, and then I'll have to head straight back to Earth because it's just going to be too much. I quite like these mods. So I had a bit of a play with mods and I chucked in a whole bunch of them by accident, and then all of a sudden I had bits and pieces I didn't actually want. And I was like, why do I have a whole bunch of stuff I don't want? That's not going to work for me. So anyways, let's get back to Kerbal. I've been around the moon, I can collect some research, whatever the case is. I just want to get back because this needs to be done properly. I do apologize. What on earth? I do not want to leave Kerbin's gravity. What's the meaning of this? There we go. Thank you. Let's get out of here now. Goodness gracious me. So I think we should take a pilot. So a pilot, quite interesting. So if you have an engineer, then you can like move stuff around, you can build things in space, which we don't really need to build at this point in time. I just want to be able to pilot. And so the pilot then lets you create maneuver nodes without actually having any signal, although I have signal because I have an antenna. I'm going to have to get all the way back into Kerbin. So what is actually the best way to get back into Kerbin? I will show you in a moment. So if you go to the highest point in your orbit, which is your apoapsis, and you burn retrograde, which is exactly what we're doing here, retrograde, and we just burn, because I have plenty of fuel, I don't need to be too worried about it. See how our periapsis is coming in quickly, and now we're going to get really close, right? So we want to hit like 40,000, actually probably go 35, great. If you're struggling to make that like go really slowly, you can go back to your shift by pushing M, and you can change how fast or how much thrust limiter, so then you can do like very small little movements. This really is useful. So you see how I can burn and it only does like tiny little movements, and that's really useful sometimes. Not now, but I'll show you at some point. Cool, let's get back into Kerbin. I am so sorry. I do really apologize. There we go. There's the moon swinging around, and we're quickly flying straight back in. What is there? There we go. So, happened a bit quicker than I thought. Oh my gosh. There we go. And we're flying straight in. So we'll hopefully slow down enough for my apoapsis to come into Earth, which is what I want. So as you can see, we're flying inwards. There we go. As you see, the whole Earth kind of rotated there, which is showing us where we're going to land. We can fly a bit faster for you guys. I do apologize. We can do some faster flying, that's for sure. Goodness, there's just so many things to do. Trying to stream and do this and fly, it's just, the pay is not great, I'm not going to lie. But here we are, anyways. Okay, so our parachute is going to pop, which is what I want. I actually like it to just take a little bit lower than that. If you want to have water level or sea level or ground level, then you can change that there, by the way. We are coming in very quick. That's fun. My goodness, that was fast. And we can just pop that. Hopefully we don't land on it and explode. And here we are. What a complete waste of, oh my goodness, that was far too close. Crew report, yay. Might as well collect some science. EVA report, nothing. Well, that's always really encouraging, thank you. So we got some science, cool. And we got everyone back, so that's really great. So let's rebuild this rocket. I do apologize, that was really bad. So what was the problem? these carry 6 tons of fuel, and these carry 4 tons of fuel. I see. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get rid of those. I don't think they're actually the ideal thing. And I'm going to then just be able to double up on them if I wanted to. So I can just do that. Are they connected there? Yeah, they are. Cool. Let's grab these. See, this is all looking a lot better. Thrust to weight ratio is still a little bit low. Cool, there we go, that's what we want. That's a little bit low, but it's borderline fine. Ship is feeling probably a little bit more reasonable at this length. And I'm going to chuck some aero stuff on there. I want some fins. Oh, my fins, lifting surface. No control surface yet, that's just great. Just chuck some fins on like that. Oh, that's not gonna work. Is that gonna work? That'll work fine. Cool. So, we have that rocket and that rocket which will burst at the same time, then that'll pop, and then hopefully we can now land on the moon. I do apologize. Cool, let's just fast forward to daytime because, you know, oh, what's that? Probably a cloud. Anywho, cool, we're good to go. So, rockets are ready. That's way too much. Let's tilt over to 90 degrees, just a tad bit. And we can lock onto prograde, and the device should do its own gravity turn by itself, which is what we want. Yeah, we want to see a gravity turn. This is it. I feel like, unfortunately, streaming quality is really low, which is making me really sad. I'm going to have to quickly get this done. I'm going to probably restart the stream, which is going to be really frustrating. But here we are, right? 2026, I can't stream right. And as you see, the vehicle is turning nicely by itself. So these engines are going to die. I'm going to throttle down. So our thrust to weight ratio is 1.5, which is exactly what we need. We are cruising as fast as we can to get out of this gravity. This seems to be a lot more effective than last time, so I'm quite happy with that. Although I feel like we need to be more vertical than I currently am. I'm going to tilt quite a bit. The gravity turn was not as successful as we could have anticipated. So in my orbit, I like my orbit to actually reach this island by the time my upper axis hits 100,000. That tells me that I'm actually at the right height, which is exactly what I want to see what happens. But I don't think it's going to happen this time. Cool. We have hit 100,000 meters above sea level, which is what we want. So once I get there, I can then do a burn. There we go. And we are in space, ladies and gentlemen. Pretty successful. Alrighty. So how long is our burn? Our burn is a minute. Our no time is about a minute. Let's fast forward to halfway time. That's halfway time, and then we can burn it. So, this is going to pretty much get me almost into orbit with just this rocket, which is exactly what I kind of wanted. It's pretty appropriate, I feel, to be able to get into orbit with having enough left over. So I don't know. We shall see. Maybe I should stop streaming, quickly fix my settings, and then come back and then just pause the mission. I don't need to restart the mission. Alrighty. Oh, did I just get into orbit without having to I did. My upper apsis and periapsis are above 70,000. So I'm in orbit with one rocket. Well, that's amazing. So we're going to just get rid of this guy. Oh my goodness. Okay, cool. I'm going to stop the stream quickly, fix my settings. I do apologize, and I'll be back as soon as I can. I'm going to just pause right there.